value that we bring to the customers together way outweighs the value that we do individually. As customers are moving more and more to the cloud, what we're seeing is that the customers are wanting to move to a lower cost model, a lower operational cost. They're wanting to invest in that model, but lowering their capital cost. Instead of investing in expensive devices, the devices that they can have mobility, devices that they can leverage existing infrastructure and existing technology for longer periods of time, really is this kind of trend that we're seeing, moving more to the cloud, companies getting out of the infrastructure business, focusing on their strategic value, and therefore leveraging our two combined technologies to accomplish that and deliver that outcome. And having worked with IGEL for as long as I have, and I both work with the IGEL team in the Americas, but plus have had the fortune of working with the Eagle side of it, right, in the European market. But some of the solutions for our customers that we solve, there's a couple that always come to mind, and I use those examples many times, is that we had a customer that had technology, devices, Windows devices that were 3 years old, so they were depreciated from their perspective, but the company couldn't come up with the capital or the operating expense to replace them at that time. So we were able, in working with IGEL, to leverage the IGEL iOS to change those devices into IGEL type thin clients, and then be able to leverage the virtual cloud-based solution to give them a very low-cost, consumption-based model where they're now just paying by the month rather than having to come up with this large upfront cost. So it really was a great combination together. The other example that I usually use is there was a customer in the Americas that was moving in the retail space. They were moving to virtualization, and they had all OPCs, and they wanted to immediately go into the thin client, zero client environment. So they were able to do some of the conversion, but also to implement new devices in their retail market, and quickly. That was probably the biggest thing. Quickness, speed to market, not only with the technology that IGEL was providing, but also with the technology that VMware is providing. So time to value, being able to match their financials and business requirements between the two companies has caused two companies to be very successful. Because I'm focused, as I said, mostly on the cloud solutions, is that is the number one. It may be a third of their budget, but that is the first question, is how secure will my data be in the cloud? And the great news is between, even if you get down to the protocol levels, the encryption that we do together, that allows a customer to not only secure their data from the device, but all the way to the cloud, and then within the cloud, the data is also encrypted. So they have end-to-end encryption. There's another great success story as we had is that, unfortunately, one of our customers that had physical devices was hit by one of the viruses that keep rampant in this market, in this world that we live in. What we were able to do, because they had IGEL devices and our virtual devices, they were able to bring their environment up and running within a few hours, versus the old traditional PCs. They're still doing it, and it is weeks in the making. So the combination of going virtual, moving to the cloud where you control security in its highest manner is giving these companies response time to their clients beyond anything they've had in the past.